So in this quick video, I'm going to show you how to install an AI image generator locally on your machine. So you don't have to be running it from a website that you have to pay for or anything like that. It will be installed on your machine. So the first thing we need to do is install Python, and we need Python 3.10. So all we need to do is open the Store app. So type Store. I'm installing it on Windows. You can also install this on a Mac as well. And I'm going to search for Python. And you see there's lots of versions, but I want this 3.10. And you can see there would be an install option here, but I've already installed it. So I'm just going to open. So once you've installed, just click open. And if all goes well, you will see that Python is working here. So we could enter Python commands here if we wished. So the next step is to install Git. So what I'm going to do is give you the URL to actually install this. So all we now need to do is go to this page here. So just note down this URL. I'll give you a few seconds. And then I'm going to install the 64-bit version. So it's just a case of clicking the 64-bit version and downloading. And I've already done this and downloaded. So once you've done that, you can open the file and it would then install Git. I've already done that once, so I'm going to quit that. So the next step is now to install the web UI that we're going to be using to generate these images. So what we need to do, we need to run Git by typing Git at the command bar. I'll make this bigger and I'll zoom in a little bit to make it easier to read. And we must make sure if we type CD, this ensures that we're in our user home folder, which is actually C users and your account name. And we're going to type the following command. We're going to type git clone https github.com/automatic1111/stable-diffusion. Now, Stable Diffusion is the actual AI that generates the images, but we're installing the web UI component in this case. And away we go. And it's now going to install all of this to your home folder. So if I go to here, so you can see I'm in C users fill in this case. I'll just refresh this. And if we come down, you see it's created a Stable Diffusion web UI. And if we go inside this, we can see something called models. And if I go inside there, we can see Stable Diffusion. And it's empty at this point because we need to install the Stable Diffusion software itself. So what we're going to do now is we're going to open up the web browser again, and we're going to go to download the software. And we do that by going to this address. I'll open it in Notepad for you. We're going to go to this URL. Okay. So if we copy this from here and then paste it into our address bar, you can see now it's downloading this. Now I've already downloaded this, so I'm not going to do it again, but you can see there it's downloading. Once it's downloaded, you go into the downloads folder. So we can find it here. So the file in question was the checkpoint. So this one here, v1.5, and we take a copy of that and we copy it to the folder, that models folder that I just mentioned. So here, this path here, we can paste it into here. Once we've done this, we go back to the main Stable Diffusion page and we now scroll down and we will find web UI-user bat. And we double click this. Now the first time we do this, it's going to take some time because it's going to have to analyze that file that we just pasted in. Once you've done it once, when you want to run it again, you just run this again, but it will open up instantly. But for now, we're going to have to wait a few minutes for this to complete. So after a few minutes, you'll get to this point and you'll see this URL here, local URL. So if we copy that and then paste it into our address bar, we get to the UI that we can use for generating images. Now there's lots of settings you can play with here, so you can alter the width, height, and you can invest some time in finding some of the best settings for you, some scale settings and everything. But I'm going to stick with the basic just so I can generate some quick images. So I'll just start off with a nice simple image. So I'll say photo quality image of a bridge. Just a simple start, and we can click generate. And you can see it's generated me a picture of a bridge. If I don't like that bridge, I can fine tune my prompt, or I can just click regenerate and it's going to generate a different bridge. So you see there. Now what I can do if I'm, if I want to say now with elephant crossing the bridge, I can do that, and let's see what we get. Well, there's no elephant there, so let's try again. There you go. So we've got a bridge now with some elephants on it, and you may get some weird results. I mean, this is just the nature of AI, but you can keep generating until you get something that you actually want. And let's just say right now, create me a pencil drawing of a woman looking out to sea. And there you go. So it's a pencil drawing, as I said. And now we can also say, create me a picture in the style of Kandinsky. Oops. I think I've spelled his name wrong there, actually. But there you go, that's good enough. It says, I think it's Kandinsky, but there you go. So this is done in the style of that particular artist. So you can see it corrects my bad English there as well. And I'm sure it's Kandinsky. Let me just check. Yeah, it's Kandinsky. Generate. And you can see I can generate as many images as I want in the style of that particular artist. So, if I wanted, let's say in the style of Andy Warhol, generate another one. And there you get the idea. So you can actually expand as much as you want. You can also say, negative prompts. So what you say, you include things that you don't want to happen. So you could say, do not include color red, and generate. And hopefully now it should remove any red from the images. And there you go. I mean, there is some red there, but you get the idea. So hopefully that's useful. Have some fun with it and just really experiment. You're not going to get perfect results every time, but if you stick with it, you'll get some real useful results.